Warning, the following show features stunts performed either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. Accordingly, the reality guys and producers must insist that none of these opinions be taken as facts. Now, please enjoy the show.
Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
What's going on, everybody?
We're back to talk our favorite Monday night reality show. We're talking Below Deck Season 10. This is episode 14 of the season, Big Deck Energy. We are still with the same charter from last week, including LaQuish and her 24-carat shrimp and lobster. Brian, this one was a tough one for Rachel, but she really did well. I mean, a lot of dietary restrictions, things like that. I just want to say off the top, before we dive into a lot of the kind of things we're going to goof on, I really do think Rachel put in a great performance here.
Yeah, she did good. I mean, I thought the food looked great.
Before the quiz, goofy, crappy tip.
Yeah.
18,300, 15.25 per person, the lowest tip of the season, down to people had to put probably the most amount of effort in. And like I said, I mentioned Rachel's dietary things. They did the obstacle courses, a lot of bad weather. And they still, I thought, made it work really well for that charter. So definitely a little bit of a smack in the face, but I don't really want to bury the lead. Bye Captain Sandy. Captain Sandy, you came in, you fired two stews, you got arguments with other ship captains, you had a lot of high winds, you did a couple good park jobs. So overall, I think a pretty eventful season for Sandy. Captain Lee is back. Captain Lee really still can't walk, though.
Yeah, when he pulled out the that's an advanced cane there too.
Like
he's putting all the weight on that arm.
He had multi joints, the whole thing, but again, he just seems stiff. And again, that we know now in the foresight of knowing current times that Captain Lee is done retired. So I'm curious for these last few charters if he's going to hit some kind of a struggle that we see on screen.
I think it's very possible.
I mean, I don't want to see it. I like Captain Lee. It's just a tough situation. I think it would have been better off just letting Captain Sandy finish.
Yeah, maybe if he rehabbed the whole season, then maybe it's definitely something happens, Bill. Like if he was that excited to come back and then he's like, I'm done, something definitely happens.
We will see. We do have Hayley's birthday, a really cool birthday cake, which I liked. I took a picture of that. I'll try to pop that up here for everyone to see. So that was a positive for the crew. Negative for the crew this week was Casey. Casey apparently is too bossy and it's hurting Tony's feelings.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that I always love when Tony's involved because he just doesn't really say much. So whenever he's in, it's just like something has to be going wrong. But I mean, they reconciled.
I thought it was fine. It was just funny that she that would be fair. She's arguing with Ross, but that's what happens when you're sleeping with your boss. You're going to feel like you can argue with your boss. So a little bit interesting there. Really the only main other thing we have kind of gotten primed for this next charter, Bri, it's going to be this guy, Jake. He's the head of a mortgage company. He wants steel drummers during his first meal, wants to do some kind of like Olympic games with the crew, wants a nightclub on the boat one night. So this is going to be a very demanding, it seems like, first charter. Oh, also, we have the clip out on our TikTok, but Ben's loyalty to Camille is going to be tested by the arrival of new Stu Leanne, who he met on Tinder last year, never met in person, but had a lot of sexting going on.
Seems very convenient. That's who they bring in.
My favorite part of that, even that quote that I put out on the video, was like, you can't even write this stuff. It's like, oh, yes, they can.
Yes.
And they probably did.
Yeah, because wasn't he texting her too right before that person she showed up? It was also just meaning oh, I miss you.
Well, no, there was texting Camille.
Yeah. So I mean,
they did setting up that it's like now all of a sudden he's going to turn on her. Somehow she's got to show back up in the boat again.
Oh, she's going to show back up when they go out. 100%.
If she shows up a third time, dude,
she will.
All right, you're calling it another Camille appearance. Oh boy,
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, really main things I had for this episode, Brian. This was a kind of like classic below deck episode. Nothing super crazy, but outside of, we do have Captain Sandy leaving, but we knew about that last week. So it kind of took the blow away from that and kind of the big transition. Happy to see what Captain Lee is like next week, and which we now know is kind of the last dance of Captain Lee. So yeah, a lot of things going on the channel this week. We also will have the review out today of The Bachelor, last night's episode. We will have a Perfect Match, the finale week, episodes 9, 10, 11, and 12 out more than likely tonight if you are watching this on Tuesday. We will have the season premiere of Survivor 44. I'm going to try to record it outside near a bonfire, Brian, with my outdoor microphone and an iPhone.
I like the dedication.
In the dark. It's probably not going to work, but we're going to see.
And the weather, man. It was like raining like ice near me today.
I know. So. That's mostly, at least maybe if I can get out there for like 2 minutes for like the tribal council part.
Yeah, just tribal council segment.
Cut it, or at least for TikTok, whatever. It is going to be dark out there. We'll figure it out. Our other stuff that we're covering: MILF Manor, 90 Day Fiance the Other Way, Married at First Sight. This is the Nashville season. Next week, we have a new season of The Challenge. It's actually the Challenge World Championships on Paramount Plus. Look for some combination of the group to cover that. Jersey Shore Family Vacation. So yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff going on. Next month, we have another Love is Blind season. So a lot of the favorites, just a ton of things to cover. We just need to be able to clone ourselves, Brian.
I would love to clone myself.
It'd be wonderful. But until Brian and I figure out multiversal travel or cloning, until next episode, thank you. Peace.